I always get up at 4:30 a.m.
I bet you don't.
Well, I actually do more
Oh,
often than I should.
well, I've been getting up quite a bit earlier than normal too.
Yeah.
But I've been going to bed very early as well. So that's just
Yeah.
kind of a little change I've noticed in me lately. It's a good
Good.
change.
Yeah, very good
It's a
change.
good
And I
change.
love your new haircut.
Oh no, it's not a new haircut. I guess I just have it fixed different, I guess. But I love yours too.
Thank you. I get that a lot.
I love you with or without hair. It doesn't matter.
I'm really excited about today because
Me too.
we're literally all over the world. Like I'm just woken up. Our new friend that we're going to meet is going to bed soon, and you're having lunch. Isn't that
That's right.
amazing?
That's right.
Isn't it
It's
amazing that
really
we can
cool
be
that
all
we can.
connected by this incredible world?
Yep, yep.
Anyway,
Hence the name Iridology around the world.
oh, exactly.
Well, let's bring her on in, Chris. Go ahead.
It is. So we've got Jackie from Johannesburg. Our first, Jackie, come on down. Our first
Yay.
iridologist from Africa. Yay.
Thank you very much. And thank you for welcoming to your program.
Yeah,
We're
you're
happy to have you.
welcome.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Well, you know
So,
what? One of the first questions that we always ask our guests is, how long have you been an iridologist?
Well, I'm a baby in iridology. I did it as part of a degree in natural medicine. So I really only been practicing or bringing it into my practice for the last year. So fairly new.
That's good. We've all got to start somewhere.
and did you
Yeah,
study
we should go from there at the bottom.
No, it's great. But did you study in Johannesburg? Was it a university in Johannesburg?
No, I've always been in healthcare as a clinical exercise specialist, and doing exercise therapy. And a few years ago, about 10 years ago, I started doing a degree through the University of Natural Medicine in natural medicine. And part of that was, I at first tried to sort of not go the iridology route, not because I didn't have an interest. I just thought it's going to be complicated, and I might not be able to use it in my practice because of what I am doing in my practice. And eventually was sort of forced to do iridology because I needed to do another subject and needed the points. So I love it. It's fascinating.
Oh, you just cut out then.
Jackie, we lost you. Chris, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. She'll probably come back in just a second.
Yeah. Her face is still there.
The lights are on. No one's home. Okay. Now what?
Maybe just pause for a sec, Kathy.
I'm back.
Yes, you
Sorry
are.
about
I'm sorry. Was there something about your internet or?
Yeah, it looked like the internet's been very sporadic all today. I don't know what the problem is. So yeah, it dropped.
That's
Sorry.
that happened to Kathy
I don't
last
know
time
what
we
you
did it.
heard.
No, well, we can start again. And Kathy, you can just cut out that little.
I will. Yeah, I'll edit that.
Okay.
We just paused. Okay.
Mhm.
If you want to unpause.
I unpaused. We're live. We're going.
Oh, we're live. Okay. All right. So, Jackie, what inspired you to become an iridologist? I mean, I know it was part of your course, but what
Yes.
sort of drove you to do it?
Well, originally it was more the fact that I needed the points to complete my degree. But once I started it, before I did the proper course in iridology, I did sort of a basic course just to understand a little bit more about it. which I found quite, fascinating, and thought, okay, well, maybe I should do the full course and write the exam and carry on. And I didn't think initially that this is something that I will really make part of my practice or use. But last year, I started to do a little bit and a little bit more. So not as a proper assessment, but just as a sort of an overall part of my consultation, I would look at certain things of a person's eye. And I was fascinated by how accurate it was. I do a lot of genomic testing as well in my practice. And what I find most interesting is that the two really do speak to each other. A person doing their genes, and we look at how their genetic predispositions and their risk for chronic disease conditions, and then doing the iris analysis, and you find that the two definitely do meet up. So nice. I think it's a more cost-effective way. I wouldn't replace it. I wouldn't replace the gene testing, but it's certainly, if someone cannot afford the gene test because it is quite expensive, then it's certainly another way to understand those genetic predispositions.
Absolutely.
So I'm seeing now more and more people coming just for iridology assessments, where before, also maybe because I didn't make it public, but where they were more into the natural or the naturopathy assessment and consultation. And now I'm starting to incorporate that more and more into my practice.
Great. And do you have your own practice?
I do. I've been in practice for many, many years. I don't want to give my age away. But like I said before, it was more for a clinical exercise. We call it biokinetics in South Africa. So that's like physical therapy, where we use exercise as a therapy modality. So I've been doing that for many years, always been interested in other health practices, and got into functional medicine at one stage, did those courses, and then thought, well, I'm missing something, and did the naturopathy.
Yeah. So I'm just going to butt in there, Kathy. So when people come and see you and you do your iridology assessment and you work out like a little program, is the program to do with exercises, or do you use herbs as well, or?
Well, okay, now I incorporate everything. So initially in my practice, it was more just doing the physical side. But now I sort of do a holistic approach, where rather come for the naturopathy and exercise, posture, physical disabilities or weaknesses are also assessed and incorporated into the treatment plan. Yes.
Awesome. That sounds great. I want to come and see you. I haven't been to South Africa yet.
Lonely and hot at the moment.
Okay, over to you, Kathy.
So if you would, Jackie, tell us who got you into iridology, or who got you into going down that path to discover iridology?
Well, actually, it was Dr. Mark Dargan. He's from the University of Natural Medicine. He's also doing research somewhere else in Europe. But he was sort of a course leader when I was doing the naturopathy courses. And I said to him, I don't want to do iridology. You know, is there not another subject that I can choose rather? It sounds too complicated. And he says to me, Jackie, just do the course. You would love it. And you would definitely implement it in your practice, even if it's a small part, but it will definitely help you with processes, diagnoses, and treatment plans. So I was sort of forced, but I'm really not sorry. I really do. I love everything about iridology. I find it fascinating that small of a circle can tell you so much about not only a person's physical condition, but also other things about that person. It's interesting because I always do the consult, and sometimes I wish like I don't have to go through the consult. Can I just look in their eyes first, and then I'll tell them they are and aren't? You know, I think it's sort of more exciting even for the person sitting on the other side of the desk to think, oh my goodness, can someone really read so many things in my eye? So, you know, one's got to be responsible, and I do follow the right kind of routine when I'm in a consultation. But that's how I feel about iridology, that, you know, even a person maybe could not speak, then you could pick up a lot of things. And I think a lady phoned me a few weeks ago and asking me about if I do animal iridology. And I said, no, and unfortunately not, but that would be really helpful. Anyway, and she was explaining that she's actually starting a course in South Africa teaching animal iridology. And I thought, oh, well, it's incredible. I didn't even think about, you know, doing that with animals, but there you go.
Yeah,
fascinating.
that's great. Yeah, I when I start my consultation, I have a lot of chit chat, obviously at the beginning. But I had this one woman recently said, "I'm not telling you a thing, just look in my eyes." So that was really exciting to do that too.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I do
Jackie,
find there's a lot of people that's got different kind of views or ideas, and I think that's where I came from too, about iridology and about the practices of iridology. So I've been trying to actually find out what is really happening in South Africa. I haven't been successful. But the people that I have seen, I always ask if they've seen an iridologist before. And a lot of them have. And I think a lot of people come with kind of expectation that it's another quick fix. And certainly my approach. So my approach is definitely always, whatever I have been practicing, that it's more of a preventative kind of medicine, or consultation or treatment, what you want to call it. And that you're not going to come and sit here, I'm going to look in your eyes and I'm going to give you a bottle of herbs or some homeopathic drug and off you go and you carry on. So it's really about that lifestyle changes and incorporating healthy nutrition, even exercise, of course, and those kind of things to change your lifestyle habits, to change the expression of your genes.
Yeah.
Jackie,
speaking my language is lovely.
I studied equine iridology about 20 years ago, and I started seeing horses after that. Yeah, I mean, I was seeing people, but I was also seeing horses too. And I would go out to people's barns or to their pastures or their paddocks and take a picture of their horse's eye, or just look in the horse's eye if I could. And it is very, very helpful. It's just as spot on with the horses as it is with humans.
Wow.
So I loved it. Really, really loved it. And I worked with another lady alongside her who would balance the horse's chakras with tuning forks. So if the horse was having kind of a behavior problem or wasn't following through on what was being asked of them, she would balance the horse's chakras. I would look at the horse's eye and tell them what they needed to do, and we'd get the horse back on track. So it was very successful. Yeah.
Jackie, I never knew that about you.
Oh, come on. You know everything about me.
I really don't think I did.
You know everything about me.
Oh, well, obviously
my life is an open book.
Anyway, so Jackie, tell me, out of all the eyes that you've seen and you've studied, what's your favorite sign that you've seen?
Okay,
do you have a favorite?
No, not really. At the moment, I think because I'm like in my baby's shoes, I try to keep it simple. But I must say, I do find them all very interesting. And I always, you know, spend a lot of time looking for those little signs that sometimes you can miss. But what I appreciate most at the moment is just looking at the structure and the constitution, the color of the eyes, the structure of the eyes. That in itself, although it's like broad overview, for me gives me a lot of information to work in preventative medicine. You know, understanding whether a person will be more prone to upper respiratory infections or conditions, or whether they have a tendency to mineral deficiencies or need more vitamin Bs. Are they shy? Are they outgoing? Are they creative? Are they prone to stress? All of those things that you can just pick up with looking at the structure and the color already tells you so much about a person. I think I can spend 2 hours just, talking to a person, looking at those things. Then, let alone all the little, you have to look for the pigments and the little bridges and whatever else there are. So I love that. When I do the photographs, and I don't have a very fancy camera yet, but when I do the photographs, I actually tell them to come back for a treatment plan. I don't know if everyone works like that, but because I spend so much time just looking through the iris from the different angles and to understand the constitution of a person. And it tells you so much about them. And then it gives you sort of a way to approach them as well when you go through a treatment plan, because we have to address so many things often, try to make it easy and 3 little steps, but it's lifestyle, it's exercise, it's breathing, it's meditation, all of those things that you can then incorporate, and just looking at those things. So it's, fascinating.
Excellent.
Love it.
And that's
Well, Jackie, we play a little game with our guests, and we have you pick a number between 1 and 36, and we're going to ask you a question, and it'll probably be pretty easy to answer.
It better be. I'm going to pick number 8.
Pick a number between 1 and 36.
Number 8.
Number 8. Oh, this is easy. You got this one. How do you explain iridology to someone who has never heard of it before?
Okay. All right. So I normally explain to people that are new to it that we're looking at the iris. It's a way to assess what is happening in your body, because in the iris we have a network. Your iris is connected with a network of nerves to every part in your body. And the nerves will react to whatever changes happens in the body, and therefore it will be picked up in the iris. But that the person must also remember that we are also looking at genetic predispositions. So it's not necessary that that we pick up on acute conditions, but also what has happened in the past and what you would be prone to should you not, or should your environment be conducive to such conditions. That's in a nutshell.
That's good. That's good. What do you tell people, Chris?
Well, I usually say the iris, the colors and structures of your eye reflect the 3 generations before you. And what we can see in your eye, whether you manifest the best case scenarios or the worst case scenarios, depends on how you eat, drink, think, live, and love. And that's what we're going to work on today. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's my short version.
That's your short version. I've been doing this for so long, I just tell them, come here, let me look at your eyes. You'll be surprised with what I find. And, then I kind of fudge it through there. But I mean, no, I will give a clinical definition of what it is, but urge them to not stick their head in the sand, to go ahead and try it. It's something very old. It's very ancient, but it's very spot on as well. So I promise them they'll enjoy it.
Awesome.
That's how I'll leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Jackie, we've had a great time with you. It's been so nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
thank you so much for making me part of your worldwide trip.
Well, definitely you will be seen around the world. So get ready for it,
And hopefully we can meet you at a symposium one day or something like that.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah. One day.
Very good.
Yes.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.